Hey there, fellow bounty hunters. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship. Episode 55, What's a Little Fire Between Enemies? At the start of the stream, I am planning on I'll put it this way. The goal of this entire series at this point is to obtain the relics. And we need 4 more clues about the last relic that Liara wants before able to claim victory. So in the meantime, the plan is to go murder people. So I'm going to hit up all the quest sites, the ancient mercenaries and the bounty. And then if that's not enough, I'll keep murdering people until we turn over clues for the last relic. Because someone knows something and we're going to murder people until we find out. Because that's what we do. We are the murder boat. It is official. We are the murder boat. I like it. It's a good nickname for us and our crew. Just the murder boat. All right. With that said, Mr. Turtle, you are in there for your last scar. You've had to go through 3, all because I tried to put in a pilot assistant, and this is taking 3.5 more days. Oh, joy. We're just about out of plasteel, so trying to find another source of plasteel would be terrific. I would really love that. But I'm not holding my breath for it because I think the chances are kind of slim that we actually find one. So let's go ahead and jump over to the mercenary site. So it's a mercenary site that has 15 ancient soldiers, one of them is a captain, and they have some sort of masterwork gun. And we've been doing a fair bit of gun collection. And why not more gun? You can never go wrong with having more guns. We even have like a few masterwork guns over here, or they're not masterwork, but some unique guns over here as well. And we just want to keep adding to our collection because, you know, that's fun. So we're going to be launching over to the ancient mercenaries and wreaking some havoc. Because why not? That's what we do. I would say it's pretty safe to say at this point, if Liara lands her ship on any settlement, that settlement dies. I really can't envision like a settlement being able to put up enough fight to not get murdered by the murder ship. So I am not all that worried about anyone we need to fight at this point, because it's all like, oh yeah, you guys are easy to kill. Well, okay, there we go. Trying to line up our kill box entry with the facility. Steph, thank you for the resub. 1 more month and it'll be 4 years. Oh my goodness. Alright, until we want to go inside, I'm going to tell everyone to stay inside. There's a lot of insect hives around and I don't really want people wandering around triggering all of them. The other thing I could do, because there's a lot of animals on this map tile, and it would sort of like ruin the fun, but it's also fun to watch them suffer. Which is to trigger an animal pulse and just like let rabid animals murder mercenaries. So I think what I'm going to do is have Mag. I'm going to do full ship scheduling for everyone. I'm going to build most of this front door, or wall rather, and then stop it. Have Mag open one of the doors to try to reveal the mercenaries inside. Oh, look! This facility's built on heavy bridge. That's pretty cool. And then hit an animal pulsar and just like let the mayhem, you know, wreak havoc on the map tile. Because it's fun to watch things fight each other. The reason for this is I feel like our meat supply is rather low, and this is like, I would say 2 birds, 1 stone, but it's probably way more than 2 birds. Oh, they're opening their own doors? I mean, yeah. Oh, perfect. The hallway. That's exactly what one I wanted to hit. That way, it's like everyone. All right. At this point, there should be no way out of the ship. Correct. Not a valid path. So everyone is scheduled to full ship zone. Cool. And Liara probably wants to do the honors herself, because I'm sure, although it's not her directly killing them, she knows that she's responsible for the soldiers' deaths. The only worry here, of course, is if there's like a boomlope. So are there boomlopes? No. Good. Because you wouldn't want a source of fire. There's also the case that the enemies have like an infernal launcher or something like that. Because I don't really want the unique weapon to get burnt up. I also don't see the holder of it yet. I haven't seen anything that looks like a unique weapon. Because it's entirely possible the unique weapon is like garbage. Who has... Oh, here it is. Gifford's Extendo Clip Gatling Gun. Just has an extended magazine. That's still pretty good. Extra burst shot multiplier. That's pretty solid. That's a solid gun. So his name is Gokadu. Sounds like a made-up name. But I don't think they're surviving this onslaught of rampaging animals. This is a lot. These guys are gonna get squashed. So it's not really Liara directly murdering anyone, but you know, this is definitely more fun. Now there is oh, these idiots. So one of them has a fire-based weapon, and they're setting fire to the facility. No, maybe it was a boom rat. Because here's another boom rat that just got bruised. I could have searched the entire map. Yeah, true. Alright, so Gokadu is dead. And we're just waiting for the rest of the fight to wrap up. And we can take our prize and leave. And it looks like the animals are also clearing out the traps for us, which is great. I don't exactly know what they're fighting. Actually, it kind of looks like this room is on fire, which indicates that the weapon is almost certainly on burning up. Oh well. Extendo Clip Gatling Gun is no more. Sometimes it'd be like that. It's exactly what I worried about and what I thought was going to end up happening. But, you know, oh well. Alright, what research do we want? I think Gunlink can be pretty useful. We've come full circle. Now that you have, like, the possibility of having guns that have accuracy penalties, but other big bonuses that are, like, beneficial, Gunlinks are, like, back in. For the longest time, Gunlinks were just, like, an unnecessary risk, and there was really no point in, like, taking it, because the likelihood of your, like, head getting shot off was high enough that why would you commit to that? But that is the case no longer. Alright, cat. I don't think I'd be able to search for it because it's fogged anyway, but my best guess is the gun got destroyed in the fire that was in here. Now the real question is, the next zone I was hoping to go to is the hunt for Klee. So Klee gives us a grav core. Why not have another free grav core while we kill people? And I'm just trying to, like, busy myself waiting for the offer for the relic stuff. Because we don't have any relic-related quest offerings, as far as I know. I'll just double check. Because here's the long reach. We've only done one of the 5 subquests, and there's no others being offered. Once the majority of the animals are no longer on the manhunt list, we'll get in there and poke about. Now, is there an event that... Oh yeah, let's do a leader speech. Or, no, a throne speech. Let's do a throne speech. Everyone's standing around, more or less idle. Might as well try it. I guess Turtle's not in attendance, but, you know, what else is new? The throne speeches typically are pretty good. The birthday celebrations, however, that's a different matter. They're like guaranteed disappointment. Alright, seems to me like most of the threat is over, so I'm just gonna pop the front door. Might as well conscript some shooters, because like, there's nothing better to do than to shoot some animals. So there's a donkey, and I think the donkey and this quail are the only manhunters left. Seems like. Oh, there's a few bugs. Well, the guys, what are you doing? The spellopedes and centipedes are totally different, I guess. Alright, time to go into the facility. And poke about a bit. Oh, yep, here we go. Kilgore going mano a mano with a donkey. My money's on Kilgore. And then an insect hive that's just gonna get murdered from us. So, Mag. Oh, you know what? There's still, there are still insects swarming from the inside. Maybe it was a hive close to the hive we were clearing or something. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have my slaves, like, jump in front and take the brunt. Even if they're wimpy, I don't care. Be really careful not to spread the fire on our gangplank, though. Or I'll have you walk the plank. Alright, Meg, you were just fleeing. I think the immediate threat is over, so we'll start going in there now. So who wants to bet whether or not we'll actually have a weapon to loot? Given the fire that I thought was going to destroy it ran rampant. I'm looking for fire damage now. The adjacent tiles don't look so bad. Now, if I'm gonna unforbid, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to not unforbid everything, because I'm worried. I don't really want to pick up like 1,000 small animals, because that's like totally a waste. So I'm just gonna go corpse to corpse, picking up the ones, picking through the ones that have loot that's worth grabbing. Yep. I'm 99.99% sure the gun is gone, because we saw Gotcha-chan, or whatever his name was, here with the minigun, and, well, it's all fire. I'm actually, in fact, I'm actually impressed this whole room didn't burn up. Because, the temperature of the room looked pretty lethal. It was, like, glowing from the outside. But by the when I open up all the doors, I'll look for the term masterwork and see if it's still here anyway. There is a seal crate, so we're not going to leave empty-handed. Advanced components, okay. Well, not high need, but could be worse. Alright, schedule. Unrestrict everyone. Search for minigun. And it was gone. It burned up. Okie dokie. Well, we might as well grab what we want from this map tile and make our way into space. One thing that we could do is that the insect hives that have lost the majority of their insects is it's just like free jelly. So I'll just get the free jelly. And then we were hoping to fill up our food. Crazy enough, most of the large mammals must have burned up in here. Because I don't really see a lot of, there's not much to butcher. So we'll have to do a little bit of hunting, I guess. We didn't lose the minigun. We made sure that nobody could use it against us. That's a very fair point. We neutralized the potential threat. I really do like, and I think it, like, probably, depending on the quality of the weapon, massively misbalances RimWorld, but I really like the Masterwork weapons. It's a very neat concept. Cheers. So we are able to launch, but if I'm heading up into space, I'm going to want... Oh, that's a pretty good amount of food. Never mind, I take it back. I was going to say we're going to want some meat. But that's a pretty decent amount. In the unbutchered. I'll keep hunting. The only worry that I have is, like, I don't want my hunter to go into the caves and, like, trip into some mega spiders. We do have jetpacks, but, like, if I could avoid them getting munched on, that'd be great. Just because it's annoying. So the poor moods that we were faced with at the start of the stream, as a result of just like the grueling hours that we had going to the Scablands for the Gravcore, are mostly resolved. I have so many components and enough steel that I don't really need to open up any of the other crates. The component and the steel crates, they don't have anything that I necessarily want. There's really nothing in these piles of corpses that, I mean, they have really recon armor and stuff like that that could smelt. And I know I'm really low on plasteel, but I could just as easily call in a trade caravan for plasteel. Tornal, you must be running for bugs. Yep. Yeah, idiot. You idiot. Now, that's a pretty good indicator. Whatever you're hunting in there, don't. There we go. They were mentally tortured until the moods improved. Yeah, at some point, like, I'm gonna start just, like, killing teammates when they complain about bad birthday parties. I'll put bounties on their heads. Enjoy the birthday party or die. You know, the usual. Alright, let's go into space. Let's go hunt, bounty hunt, what's his face? Breakfire, you're in for a wild ride, but you have airtight armor, so that's fine. We're headed to Klee. I would have gathered more wood to make chem fuel from this map tile, but this map tile really doesn't have a lot of convenient trees. There's some trees, don't get me wrong, but like, despite being a temper forest, the majority of this were just like caves, networks of caves, and one big facility, so it's not a really good place to get your chem fuel. So we did slay some mercs, sort of. I didn't actually do the slaying myself, but, you know, we watched them die, so it counts in my book. And we'll just park like this. Right up against the facility. Well, that's weird. I can kind of like see through the fog. Huh. That's odd. Slaves are in vac safe. And away we go. Waiting for the hack. I guess Tornal's coming in for it. Any chance this becomes Liara's star station? So I changed the goals. I'm not really hoping to do that. I think it's kind of out of scope. That... Oop, sorry, Tornal. That essentially, I feel like this series has run its course. And after getting the last relic, you know, that's the goalposts. So we're here for Klee. Someone from the Royal Empire wants Klee dead. I don't yet spot a Klee. But I have a lot of bored gunners. So I'm going to start rallying the forces to get really proactive about murdering the people that live here. Joker has a low shield pack, which I could use if they are looking to overrun me. There's, of course, maybe I'll hit him with a berserk. That's always fun. Here, let's low shield. So I can just stand my ground. Oh, look, they did the same. Let's see here. Klee. Enjoy Kilgore and Mag bashing. And once Klee is dead, technically I've fulfilled the contract, but, you know, it wouldn't be a good murder without extra murder on the top. So I'm gonna give up my position here, lure them back into the ship, and continue the murder fest in just a moment. I was hoping to take some semblance of cover in here. There's not necessarily going to be space for Julian, but oh well. Let's activate the shields and the side turrets. That's a really inconvenient space for, like, corpses, but whatever. This is mostly so that, like, Liara can get her murder on. Because she likes to murder. And why deny her what she wants? I really don't even need the turrets. Like, these guys are just entering the meat grinder and becoming ground up. Oh, apparently Liara didn't like killing one of them. Your cousin. Wait, your daughter. I guess there was a... Wait, hold on. There was no warning that there was a relative here. How many daughters do you have? Well, this one... Yeah, I mean, beautiful, fast walker, and capable of non-label. You're not a psychopath, which is odd. I guess we killed another daughter. Air Dog, you're gonna have some counseling to do, I think. It looked like Tornal just, like, put Curry off fire. I know we're in vacuum, so, like, that's the reason. But it did look like he cured her of fire. Your name is Chopstick? And you're a farmer. I bet you're a rice farmer. Alright, there's Finn. Wait, we're up. No, never mind. Finn. Finn lived up to his name. Air Dog, what is your chance for counseling? 32%. No, I don't like those odds. Them's gambling odds, and I know what it's like to gamble with this crew. Alright, so we're gonna need to deal with the dead bodies that are on our deck. Corpses, human likes. And then we have a few guns that should be plopped away as well. Bio-coded, heavy, pump shotgun. So, I'm going to put all SMGs here, and all longswords here, and all pump shotguns here. And that will clean up our deck. Oh, bolty too. And then the SMG, this one, I'll forbid so it doesn't get moved. Break! No. Yet another dead relative. So, dead. Dead. And you don't like Mag. Oh no, she's just ugly. Really? I didn't realize she was... Oh, she's ugly because of the stone skin gland. You know what? Let's fix that. We have the technology, and I have the boredom, so I'll fix that. We were supposed to get a grav core. It landed on our door. Copy that. And this one, I was intending to be for power as well. You know, working on that power overwhelming. Alright, so now that the deck... Ooh, there is a lot more corpses. Now that the deck is cleared of guns, I can forbid the zone. I'll allow the meals, because enemies' meals are never poisoned, so they have a bit of advantage there. And if we stand here, there is a turret I have to worry about. So, I'm going to send Kilgore in with his breach axe to clear out some of the hallway turrets. Liara, you did get your kill on, but I'm going to have you kill one more. Your friend Cordan died. Oh, well, I'll put you out of your misery then. I'm just a nice guy like that. See? You're all better. I'm a little worried about this hunter drone blowing up my shield belt when my shield belt isn't 100%. So I'm gonna run and have Liara deal with it. And then we can take out the turret. They do have ancient soldiers here that we could mess with, because that's always fun. Oh, 2 sets. Perfect. Double the fun. And then we'll be getting over to the next murder target. Just keep murder until those relics offers come in. Title requires a bedroom. How do we not have a bedroom for you? How is this unowned? What happened? It's weird. Okay, shield belt still has HP. Perfect. We do so much damage with our own bullets whenever raiders come in. I mean, if it only costs us like 16 uranium to reset, it ain't a big deal. It's just funny. The cleanup is not like wounds or anything. It's just like literally collateral damage from our own weaponry. Ooh, there we go. There's some loot. Everyone's healed. Well, they were until Kilgore got hurt, stabbed by a hunter drone. And we have almost the entire facility cleared. Perfect. So 2, 3 doors to hack. Nice. Straightforward. Hey, Saturns! Thank you for the resub. I'll drink to that. So we can take off in about 10 hours. We'll definitely have this place basically cleared by then. Guess we could take the survival meals. So besides the advanced components of survival meals and whatever else is in these boxes, there ain't much here for us. So Skyra, I'm gonna co-opt you to open up these. Plasty. Oh, well, yeah, that's pretty good. That's the not bad seal crates as far as seal crates go. Alright, here we go. Here's the hackers. Last door. Worthless one. Got it. Now these are probably just pods, launch pods. Oh, well, this one has a dead body. Every now and then the launch pod will be like an ancient danger, where like an enemy will pop out of it, but it happens really rarely, so it's not too much of a gamble just to pop it open. And the last thing I want to do here is to kill the ancient soldiers, because it's just real fun. So let's remove a single tile of roof in every room, vacuuming out the entire facility. And then pop the caskets open and let the occupants asphyxiate. Maybe snagging their stuff, I don't know. We killed another one of Liara's unknown daughters. Is that a good start? Yeah, that's a pretty typical start at this point. All right, so the facility is now not safe for human occupancy, and I will have Liara herself do this. So everyone else get to vacuum safe. So ancient soldiers are not coded to ever wear armor. Or airtight armor, I should say. They obviously have armor. Which, we have an auto pistol on the deck. Which means that if you set up a scenario where they will be in vacuum, they like have no chance to survive at all. So we can close the door behind us and just like watch them suffocate, take shots at them when they're popping out. Are you attacking the mech drop pod that I don't own? That is hilarious, you idiot. I love that. Here, have some. Oh! You caught a stray bullet and instantly died. Brutal. And this is why it's so fun to mess with these guys, because they, like, can't do anything about this. They're just gonna... They want to get in the ship, because if they don't, they suffocate. And I can just keep messing with them. And to make matters worse, even when they think they get close... Whoa, Air Dog, don't hit me. Oh, wow, you punched them to death? Good on you. Even when they get close, I can, like, reset it so that they aren't close. And just, like, toy with them like that. It's fun. Revolver and biocode mini pistol. So these weapons I don't want. I think probably the best way to deal with the weapons I don't want is to unrestrict something like this. If I forbid the door, then the only place to haul it is going to be the stockpile here, and that way we don't bring it into the boat. No, wait. You found a way to... Okay. This is going to be critical, because this is going to be important. Breakfire's like, haha, I'll outsmart you. Yes, you technically did. Alright. Everyone back in the boat again, and Liara is going to go pop open the second set. Can you imagine being, like, naked and then waking up in vacuum? The game is, and I agree with this, the game gives the pawns, like, kind of a lot of time in pure vacuum, because, like, in real life, your lungs would, like, implode much faster than in RimWorld, where it takes, like, an hour. But it is amusing that the game's like, oh yeah, alright, you're in pure vacuum. You better get to cover soon. You have a heavy SMG. One more down. And because they're so desperate to try to get to atmosphere, they will, like, ignore gunfire. They'll, like, just let me slay them, essentially. You've got marine armor. Actually, you know what? I've got marine armor. You've got extra lead. Okay, and let's clean this up the same way I just did with a forbidden zone, forbidden door thing. Because I don't want to keep making... Wait, what? Allow all. Come on, just... Wait, you can't haul it there? Oh, because you're in the wrong zone. Okay. And we're ready to clean up the deck and be on our merry way. So everyone's going to be unrestricted. We're just going to grab our stuff and bolt. Oh, yeah, maybe my slaves shouldn't be outside. They started, you know, dying. Just a little issue. I think that's probably all I want from this facility. Everything else got grabbed. Well, there you go. Yet another bounty. Oh, I didn't see you up there. Another bounty successfully handled. Looking good. And our takeoff time is already pulled down. Perfect. Everyone get into the ship. And we go. One thing that bothers me a little bit is when you zone, like Tornal, for instance, wandered. He didn't run. He, like, didn't move at top speed into the ship again. But that could be really dangerous, and I wish they would, like, hustle when they were out of zone. So the next place I was going to go was the asteroid stash. And then, oh, you know, we need chem fuel. So let's get some chem fuel. Ancient smoke vents, medicine stocks, hollow marshy. Wow, that's a lot of map tile stuff. Hollow, wild smoke leaf pond. Okay. Increased plant life is fine. Current priority is refuel. And we don't really need the, we don't need the meat, we just need the chem fuel to be moving around. I obviously chose not to entomb Cortana, or whatever her name is. Cortana, I guess, if we're going off of Halo. It's like, I feel like Liara shouldn't even care. She's a psychopath. Psychopathy should negate that mood penalty, in my opinion. Ores. There is uranium ore. I don't know if we need any, because our ship doesn't incorporate uranium slugs, so we don't have a uranium upkeep to meet. And only compacted plasteel and steel. Okay, so it doesn't really matter where we land, in other words. One of the mods I always run when I run modded series is the mods that prevent, like, random relationships. With that said, it can sometimes be fun to get, like, random relationships and then have to deal with the consequences. But for lore reasons, more often than not, it's like, it doesn't make sense. Because a lot of the times when I have a random relationship, like, a lot of my scenarios are like, people come to a world they've never explored before. Why would you have, like, random relatives pop out of nowhere? Like, it just... It invalidates the storytelling entirely. So, to that end, I usually disable random relationships. And it always kind of bothered me that, like, you would have people critical to your faction show up and immediately be like, oh, well, you killed them. It's like, well, there was nothing I could do about that. They were shooting at me. Why would we care all this much? So, chop wood and unrestrict. Oh, turtle's out. So he is. When did he become sterilized? Or she? I must have done that, but I don't recall doing it. So we have Turtle, Kilgore, and Meg, who are our wrecking crew, so to speak. Our brawlers. One of the things I just realized, so of our old crew, the people that have been around a while, like Tornal, Airdog, Breakfire, they all have dual bionic legs. Turtle doesn't. Kilgore doesn't. Mag, of course, does. Maybe if we get more plasteel, I'll consider more implants. But at the moment, I don't think we have the... Unless I call in a caravan, I guess. Maybe that's what I'll do. Yo, Skyra. Let's ring the neighbors. The Royal Empire. And trade caravan it up. Oh, you don't have the rank. The UDC and exotic goods. Only are when you wake up, you'll ring the royals. I'll just buy some plasteel. It's fine. Oh, she got an inspired trade after being on the comms console. That's convenient. Alright, Meg, we have a surgeon ready. So we're gonna make you not ugly. Kind of reminds me how, historically, a lot of the times, royal guards would be, like, particularly handsome or in shape. They're selected for physical characteristics rather than, like, combat ability. And in this case, that's basically what we're doing to Mag. We made Mag really pretty. Because she, you know, is one of the royal guards. It reminds me of the whole story of Napoleon. That at the time, Napoleon was of average height. He was not small, but we think of him as small because the guards that he had followed that. He had particularly imposing guards, despite the fact that he was average height. So all of his guards towered over him, making him look short, but he wasn't short. He was average. That's probably enough steel. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of another series or game. Farewell, fellow pilgrims.